What is going on, Nitro gang? Welcome to Saturday Night Jammin' Nitro. Now, we don't have any kind of jammin' music, let's say. What music is jammin'? Nitro Jamie, how you doing, bro? Jamaican music. Sorry, no Jamaican music, no jerk chicken. All we got are two Nitros right next to each other. And I think that is enough to be jamming, my bros. All right, so let me wait a little while till you guys get into the stream, and I will begin exposing a top-level documentary exposition on what this is. Let's welcome our new member from yesterday, Brandon Watts. How you doing, man? We got Nitro Jamie, Darren Siebert, Lucas Stalkup, Rock and Roller, my good buddy Just Joe, Nitro J. We got Chef Beardsley, who today released a sickening video. In fact, just because he is making me think of buying a Kraken Vesla, I want you guys to all go and take a look at Chef Beardsley's video. He will tell you that you want it. I'm going to put a link to the video. I was actually just watching it today. You got to support the fellow Nitro and Gas Gang members out there, you know what I mean? So, this is Chef Beardsley. It's basically a fit scale he bought. It's a great freaking chassis. I need to get it. It's close to $1,000. Ray Coral, man, how you doing? Thank you for that super chat just now. I appreciate it, man. Might be going down towards that crack. And in fact, maybe I will even show it on the video a little bit. But for today, let's stick to one topic. One Picco at a time. Now, I promised today, when OFNA guys here in the chat, that I was going to pull out a Picco. The thing is, I didn't actually mean this one. But you know what? When you spend at least a decade of your life on YouTube making Nitros great again, you have more than one Picco to choose from. Now, why do I have this Kyosho in the back? It's just for freaking fun, everybody. It's just for fun. Now, today, we got ourselves a crazy wind out there. I don't know if I will be able to go fire this up or not. But let me tell you all what this, in fact, actually is. Because, let's face it, my bros, we need to bring this scale back. Why? Because they're fun. They don't require a lot of space. They were relatively inexpensive. They performed well. They run relatively cheap 10th scale electronics. And we all love Nitros that have pipes sticking out, don't we? I think we do. Let me say hello to, we got John Hensley. Thank you, man. Ray Coral goes, hey, Hybrid, I really enjoyed that Blizzard video. I am glad, bro. By the way, HBI Savage, how you doing? That particular Kyosho Blizzard wasn't mine, I do like to mention which cars aren't mine because, some individuals out there get real bent out of shape. They believe that everything that you do videos on has to belong to you. Well, I'm here to say I am not one of those people that wants you to believe everything is mine. But both of these are 100% mine. If I want to hit it, I'll hit it. But I'm not going to hit it too much because I love it, you know what I mean? But I do want you to know, bro, Ray Coral, I do own, obviously, another Kyosho Blizzard. That is how I knew how to repair it. Why am I using my hand so much? No Music RC, how you doing? Happy to see you here, man. Oh, you're at the drive-in. Have fun. Tell us what you're doing and what kind of car you're in because we like cars on this channel, man. And we like positive people like you. We got JP's RC. What's up, man? John, happy to see you here. You know why I'm using my fingers like this? Melissa and I have been watching Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares. And now I find myself doing this all the time. It's real sickening, really. Anyway, I'm going to ask you all a question. What do you think my plan is for today? Damn, I already showed you my plan, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that. But that is my plan. Wonder Bread, how you doing? I love those carbs, of course. All right. Ray Coral goes, I got to get my 2-speed trans working in your own Blizzard. Yeah, it should be honestly set like that one from that video was actually set perfectly. We didn't adjust the 2-speed at all. It shifted when the engine hit the proper RPM. So, in fact, even mine, the one that I have, You know, if Melissa wants later, I could like bring it up here. I have a different one. It shifted without me needing to adjust anything. In fact, the Kyosho 2 speeds are extremely solid. I'm wondering if maybe you are not hitting the correct RPM. If you want me to take a listen to it later, you know, you could like send me a quick clip of it on Facebook or whatever. If you're in the Nitro Gang group, you'll know who I am. I'm the guy whose first name is Dimitri, second name is Nitro Gang. Literally, I legally, Facebook-wise, changed my last name, okay? It's no longer Dimitri Smith. It's Dimitri Nitro Gang. And those of you that know about the group, you know I ain't BSing you right now, okay? Anyway, just let us all continue. So, OFNA Jammin CRT.5. These are 12 scales. Brian, how you doing, man? Brian goes, I'm looking at my own right now. Well, I am happy to know that there are people watching this with the same cars because these are pretty rare. Harlem NYC RC, what's up, brother? Happy to see you here. We got Lotus RC just showed up as well. Melissa, if I missed anybody, send me an email. I will check it, okay? Yeah, for sure, Ray, bro. We'll take a look at it. With those Kyoshos, it usually just comes down to RPM. Because I've really never heard of one of their 2 speeds not shifting. I mean, and I'm basing this on, you know, a sample size of 2. And I think statistically speaking, the chance of pretty much any single person, like ever again being able to fire up 2 Kyosho Blizzards is probably like under 5%. I would say it's close to 0%. Probably approaches negative infinity, in fact. Man, it's Gordon Ramsay with the fingers over here. Sickening. I'm not trying to finger nobody, I promise, okay? RC Fun, how you doing, bro? Guys, RC Fun, also a good channel. I've been watching his videos. I am subbed to him. John, how you doing? Okay, so we're going to take the body off in a little bit. This one needs a little bit of work. This one I've had for quite some time, in fact. And I'll be honest with you, I have never made it 100% runner. You guys want to take a guess why that is? Why has this never been on the Nitro Gang RC track previously? Just curious. Why has it not been? Does it have something to do with the fact that it has used really small mini electronics? Because it might. Do you think I'll be able to stick this tiny LiPo in it? I might. We don't know. Ray Coral, yes, this one has left the minty condition a long, long time ago. But there were, in fact, the reason I have this Kyosho in the back, this is a regular 10 scale stadium truck, as we all know. What's up, All Aspects, man? It's obviously way smaller, right? The wheels are smaller. It's a much smaller car, if you take a look at it. These models are pretty dope, in my opinion. Honestly, if you all saw today's video on the HPI, it was a pretty good video. That car was not mine, obviously. In fact, the person who ran it, I recently converted him to the Nitro Gang. He used to be a top Arma guy. In fact, in my old videos, if you watch them, you could hear me referring to him as Arma guy. Okay? I feel slightly bad about it, but I think the job has been accomplished. He became a Nitro guy. Literally. Okay? That was his second Nitro. He started out with the Nitro Slash, which, as per my recommendation, he listened. He got a good one. It was easy to run. He learned the tuning concepts. And then he got himself a proper Nitro touring car. So, pretty proud of him today at the track. He ran that HPI pretty well. I did tune it, you know, before that video. The tune wasn't very good. But, you know, who knows? That stuff takes years to really acquire. But I was happy to do it. The 2-speed was kicking. It was shifting. And it was running rich and loud. All right, my dudes. What do you say? Should we take a look at this Truggy now? All right, John goes, took your advice and raised the front. Great, man. How was it? Much better? You had some positive results, I hope. Yeah, people be running with, like, ride height. That is hella low. You guys all trying to go to hell or something? I'm not trying to send my Nitro to hell. I don't know about you. But that's good, man, John. I'm happy for you, bro. All right. HBI Savage goes, make mini Nitros great again. I agree. You know what the problem is today? Richard Hughes, yes, the pipe is outside because, like, that's when I take the body off in a little bit, you know, I got to build some suspense. The packaging is really tight, obviously. It's a 12th scale. And this ain't no, like, cheap Exceed or HSP. This is a proper Truggy with adjustable front and rear brake bias, with a center differential, with a non-pull start engine, proper exhaust. So this is no HSP or Exceed, which is just, listen, no Nitro is bad, but this is a step above. This was an actual race class. So if we can get a hell yeah over here, I'll take the body off and I will discuss why so far this has never competed on the RC track before. John Henson goes, it is rad, the exhaust. Yeah, the exhaust is really what makes this thing good. The bad part is if you get hit, the exhaust is what makes this thing bad. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those negative spins, I guess you could say. There's a positive, there's a negative. It's like iPhones. They're great, but then we all complain about them sucking, you know what I mean? And then we get a new one, and the complaining just happens 2 years after. You understand? That's the iPhone complaint cycle. You get one, then the new one comes out, you're like, damn, I gotta start complaining about my iPhone. I need a new one. Then you get another one. Me, for instance, I'm doing this whole video on an iPhone 11. You want to know why? Because making Nitro great again isn't free, baby. Okay, we got ourselves an old channel member and viewer, James Simmeroth. What's up, man? Let's take the body off. This is not the best body. It's been through some hell. I have repaired it to some holy degree right here. It's pretty all right. I mean, it could be worse. These were pretty much actual driving Truggies. Like, they were pretty hardcore, in fact. All right. So, let's get down. Grateful Dabs, how you doing, man? Happy Friday to you. I'm just out here with my OFNA Jammin CRT.5. Now, technically 0.5, if you do the math, you could call it as half. Are they telling you got half a car? Or you got half the budget to run a race in? I honestly believe you got half the budget that you need. Now, if Scott Steiner was here, he would tell you, if Kurt Angle was thrown into the mix, you would have 3/4 of what you need to run a race. But me, I would tell you, you still got half. So, let's take a quick look at it. These are pretty high-level models. Now, this one seems to have been the Pro, because I noticed this has a woven carbon fiber upper deck. This is my own installation, super tiny fuel tank, but it does have a primer on the inside. So the tank is actually pretty hardcore. Oftentimes these mini cars, they have garbage tanks. We have, engine-wise, an OFNA Picco 7-port. You understand? That's like 4 more ports than cheap engines. It's pretty dope. Black case. This is non-pull start. It is starter box only. So depending on how the wind is, I might in fact go try to fire it up. We do have a real metal spur gear. Very good access to the flywheel. Countersunk holes. No weird low-C business with SAE screws. We got Turan. How you doing? I think you're a new viewer here, so everybody say hello to Turan. I appreciate you being here, man. It's one of those streams where I have a job to do. Richard Hughes wants to know, does it require a specific starter box? That's actually a real good question, my bro. So generally, mini Nitros do require a special starter box. In this case, not really. I have fired this up using a regular 10th or 8th scale starter box, because really it's just a flat pan chassis. There's nothing crazy here, right? So let's take a quick look inside at what makes this thing unique. Well, we have the world's smallest radio box. Now, if you really take a look at it, and I put, let's say, something like this engine next to it, maybe you'll have an idea. Yeah, it's a real tiny radio box. Right? The pull starter is busted, okay? Don't be trolling me about the pull starter. So the radio box is real small, and this is just a small HPI 15SS. It's a real small radio box. Now, the problem that presents is space, fitment. And guess what, my dudes? Fitment and space worldwide is what people go to wars over. Now, here on this channel, we're not going to go to war over a radio box, are we? We're going to try to make space as efficient as possible. Damn, I watch a lot of YouTube channels, but honestly, nobody comes up with connections like that. You guys want to know what I was just watching on YouTube? Technology Connections. Anybody watch this guy, Technology Connections? He's a nerd. He's a top-level nerd. But you know what? The nerds make all the money in life. He was discussing why a dehumidifier is different from an air conditioner, even though both are essentially heat pumps and suck water out of the air. But a dehumidifier doesn't actually make it cooler. That's some science right there, bros. That's some science. I mean, that guy should really investigate nitros, I think. Technology Connections. All right, let's get down to talking about the electronics. So this essentially is using really a Truggy layout, right? Even though it's really a tiny, tiny car, it's essentially a regular Truggy. Let me remove this filter. We could take a look at it. Oh, it's tight over there. So we got ourselves the center diff, adjustable front and rear brake bias. This is 8th scale stuff here, right? Like, this is tough to stick into a 1/12 scale chassis. In fact, this was a legitimate race class. You see, whoever built this, it wasn't me. They used proper high-tech servos. Mike Molfin, how you doing, man? Yes, this is a unicorn, I will say. Now, these do often come up for sale on eBay, but I've never seen one with a Picco like this. Normally, these did come with a Jammin 12 engine. They always had a red cooling head. They usually go for like maybe $250 to $350 or something like that. They're fairly, I would say, expensive. The most expensive part on this you're going to find is going to be like the fuel tanks. Fuel tank, good luck. You're going to have to kiss some behinds for that, We got all RC action. Thank you, man. I'm happy to see you here again. And I'm looking forward to that GT. Anyway, today for our viewership pleasure, for those of you just joining us, I pulled down my OFNA Jammin CRT.5. Now, I already said this joke. The joke was, why is it called a 0.5? Is it because it's half as fun as a regular car? Or do you need half as much of a budget to win a race? I would honestly say you need half as much of a budget. It's purely logical, in fact. Suspension is honestly real good. Real good. And I've never tuned these shocks. This is pretty much how I got it. I-565, yes, bro, this is a 12th scale. 0.12 turbo 7-port engine. It's sickening, some would say. So, let's get down to business. I need to basically check the electronics, put the receiver in, get stuff going. Oh, there's a wire right here, bro. Hybrid. Why are you telling me you need to put the electronics in? It's already in there. Sickening. But there's a catch, everybody. You want to know what the catch is? What's the catch? And not the catch of the day. That would be fish. We don't got no fish here. We got nitros. 0 fish. Sickening, everyone. By the way, special thanks to all the new channel members. I appreciate that. Let's remove this radio box. I'm going to give you a little bit of a view from the top, actually. Change it up a little bit there. I've never tested the electronics in this car, so hopefully they work, because I don't really want to get into replacing these servos. These aren't really 10th scale servos, and they're also not mini servos. I guess I could look up what they are based on the spec of the servo, HS225MG. It's called the Mighty Mini, it says. Mighty Mini. Sounds like a Disney World name. That's a Mighty Mini, baby. Sickening. The air filter is mine. It didn't have a good filter when I got it, but notice these are basically filters for like big block engines. Obviously, it's a Traxxas filter, but this opening fits a regular big block, right? And since this is an OFNA Picco engine, top of the line, direct fit. And that is beautiful. That is delicious, I would say. It's like a cinnamon roll. It's like a donut. By the way, bros, I'm still eating donuts. It's still no eggs for me. I went to Costco today. Yeah, the egg prices kind of fell, but like honestly, the eggs are super small. Right. So even though the egg prices fell, like you gotta eat 4 eggs instead of 2 now. I'm not about that life, man. I'm not about that life. All right. So battery box, it's obviously hella tiny. You could see right there. I just test fit the GT5 receiver. There's not much space. And you might know, normally in like an 8 scale buggy, there's plenty of space in the radio box. In this case, this is like, let's see, what historical reference could I make? Duke Nukem would not be able to fit one of his weapons in here. Josh, how you doing? He goes, make Nitro great again. I say, I agree. See that? I could even type it in the chat. That's how multifaceted having Gordon Ramsay style hands is. All right. So the problem is, this is the smallest battery pack I have. I know these mini Nitros, they in essence had a unique battery sizes. Michael Sucha, how you doing, bro? Don't worry about, you're never late. The good thing about videos here is I keep them up after. But no one has to watch everything 100%. I get it. It's all good. We all have our own lives. Melissa goes to me today. She goes, well, where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so? I go to her, Melissa. It's all right. It's not like they hate me or nothing, or you. People got their lives. Sometimes, who knows, they have kids. They have other people's kids. They take care of other people's dogs. Who cares what they do? At the end of the day, the people that are here are those that matter. But if they come back once in a while, that's good too. If not, it's okay. We're not going to say nothing bad about nobody. What matters is making Nitro great again. We got Raw RC, man. How you doing? I'm wondering if you have one of these Raw RC, bro. I'm wondering. These are, I called it rare. I would say it's rare. It's not that rare. Jason, what's up, man? I would say it's probably rarer than like pretty much anything HPI has made recently. But how rare do you guys think this actually is? Mike, bro, went to my hobby town. No Nitro. That's a damn shame, bro. How dare they do that? This is impressive. Andy Barnett, thank you. Yeah, that's what I mean. We can't get upset at people, not showing up or whatever. We gotta keep doing what we gotta do. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't come back. People get like new hobbies. For me, I've pretty much told myself it's like lifting weights. I'm gonna tell you right now, bros. It's like lifting weights. If you start working out, you should probably do it for the rest of your life, because I'm telling you, if you quit, what other hobby are you gonna do? You know what I mean? I don't look at this hobby as something I'm just going to do for a year or two. I look at it as long as I live, Nitros will be on this channel no matter what. Now, yes, sooner or later, Melissa and I have a kid. That'll be great. Guess what? Maybe the frequency of videos will go down, but they will never stop. That is true. Anyway, Tarek, how you doing, bro? Just want to show you what we got over here. This is the OFNA Jammin CRT.5. It's a 12th scale. This is honestly the high-level model. I think the Pro. I was just doing a little bit of research on it. And before we continue, damn, I closed the research tab, bros. Close the research tab. I was reading an old forum. I don't know if anybody here in like the mid-2000s, if you wanted to ask a question on like Google or whatever, you would go to Alta Vista. You would go to Ask Jeeves. You would go to I don't know, Net Zero, some crap. And you'll be like, oh, off the Picco, whatever. So I'm reading the forum over here, and we got some debates going on about transfer ports. I might take a look at it. Yeah, Yahoo was a popular one. But of course, Ask.com was a top-level search engine. Okay? Anyway, my problem here, I need to first test if this stuff works. The next problem will be, that could be a problem. Because this is literally the world's smallest battery pack that I have. Even, I don't think, obviously AA's won't fit here. These use like a small battery pack. I don't think they're even produced anymore. Okay. So I'm going to take this out. I'll see if I can first just check the electronics. I already have the radio paired. So we will connect the radio gear just for the way it is right now. Just want to check out if it works. I don't have a power switch. The power switch would normally go right there. Unfortunately, I got to order up a couple power switches. I've used them on like some other cars. So we'll connect the small 2S LiPo. It's rated to handle this. Honestly, you need to use like a Lifey pack. They're low discharge, but this will be fine. All right, so it's paired already. I'm just doing a quick check of the radio gear for now. So what do we got? Steering is good. High tech for the win. All right, throttle is good. Brakes work. Carb opens. The engine is not seized. It's in good condition. The problem is, I don't know if I'll be able to shove all this stuff in there. Melissa, what are you doing? We want you back here. Well, I'm going to remove this, and I'll attempt to, I guess, like to stick it in there somehow. If that doesn't work, I don't know. I'm going to have to shop for LiPos. But this is, in fact, fairly small. Let me try to measure it. Damn it. This thing died. It's the world's worst caliper. Michael and Zatari, man, how you doing? I saw your message the other day. Congratulations on your new life acquisition. Sorry I didn't have a chance to respond. Melissa, could I get a baby cheese, please? Melissa. Melissa. Yo, I'm about to text her. I'm going to send her a Facebook message. Cheese. Please. Cheese. Get us cheese. I need the cheese. Thanks. Okay, she's getting the cheese. All right, so this don't work. Yeah, West Hobbies, you're correct. This is not the best thing to do. Obviously, these servos are old, right? They're not rated for this kind of power. But this particular LiPo is a little bit drained. I just checked the voltage. It's not at like over 8 volts. It's at about like 7.8. So it's at the lower limit of safety. Just for testing, this will work. But obviously, this is not the right thing to do. But I'm thinking the GT5 receiver, in essence, should only be really sending the voltage that the servos need. Am I correct on that, guys? Anybody here know? I think the GT5, it doesn't matter if you have the HV servos or not. Thank you for that. Thank you for the cheese. The cheese is in the house. Semi-soft cheese. I wonder what kind of cheese that is, though. All right, we got a good comment here from Gabriel. Gabriel, sorry, mispronounced your name, bro. My bad. Let me see. Gabriel LaRouche here gave a good answer. LiPo Rage RC. Let me look that up. Copy. I'm going to look that up. We got a question here from Ray. He goes, hybrid, who carries new air filter rubber casing that fit over the carb? Okay, so you're talking about the basic air filter housing. It's called the housing. You have the housing and you have the filter. To be honest with you, man, you're better off just getting the complete filter. Depending on what car you're looking for, Traxxas is always going to be good, right? And they have pretty cheap replacement foams. I would normally buy like a Traxxas one. This one I got from online a while ago. Let me look up that battery quickly. Then we'll eat some cheese, okay? Protein, baby. All right, I'm looking up the Rage RC part. Oh, I see it. 360 milliamp hours, right? Let me show you guys what Gabriel sent. Feel bad mispronounce his name over there. So it appears this is the battery. Well, in terms of size. Oh man, 360 only? That's real small. So the one I was showing here is a much larger capacity battery. Yeah, but these are lithium ion cells. Okay, which makes sense, 15C, so it's low discharge. Damn, are they crazy? $10 plus shipping for this tiny crab? This should be like $4. Yeah, that makes sense though. So we have the JST connector, which is what I need. We have the balance plug. I'm gonna keep this link open. I might have to order one of these later. Yeah. All right. That's good to know. That's good to know. All right, let's get back to the Picco for now. Grown man, how are you? Let me just eat a little cheese for now, okay? If you don't mind. You know, I'm not a production company. I have to eat and repair nitros at the same time. I don't have dedicated people planning out my content like these larger YouTubers. And then people think that those guys are like regular people. No, they're a production company. Nothing like opening up, peeling a nice little cheese. Sick. Beautiful cheese over there. All right, let me eat that up. By the way, guys, I don't eat Taco Bell no more. It's over. They can kiss it. The price is way too high. I left them. I make my own tacos now. It's all about the wax. Let me chew some cheese, okay? That's delicious. Australiano, how you doing? He goes, what size battery pack can you use to power a Nitro receiver as opposed to a nickel metal 6 volt? They do make specific RC, like 10 scale and up size battery packs that are like Life E packs. I think it's lithium phosphate. Basically low discharge. Yeah, bro, Tarek, no more Taco Bell because the price is too high, man. They got no more deals. They can kiss it. All right, cheese is gone. Yeah, Life E batteries are going to be at least triple the price. But this is a micro. This is like a mini scale nitro, so none of those will even fit here. You know, if you're talking like something fit scale, people generally use like the 2S lipos. But the other thing is, the more modern models, you know, pretty much anything fit scale or above, you're gonna have like modern 2.4 gigahertz radio gear, and you're gonna have generally HV servos, high voltage servos, or people have already installed like modern high voltage servos. This is like real old stuff. I'm just testing it. I don't actually plan on running this battery. Probably not a good idea, but for testing it'll be adequate. But I'm just wondering if I could even do a little fit job on this. And by the way, guys, if we have enough Nitro support out here, I might go attempt to fire this thing up. Because I do have a starter box ready. It's just a little bit far away. I was thinking of how to even put it in, because like this way, it doesn't even, you can't even put it in this direction. So the only way it'll go in is honestly this direction, like diagonal. It's a real pain in the you know what. I don't want to curse out here for no reason. You know what they say about people that curse too much, right? Low IQ. I don't even think the radio box will actually close up. I'm wondering if it will. We could try, but probably a bad idea. I just don't really have anything else right now. Nah, the battery is fine. It's not puffy. I checked. The voltage is normal. Even then, I won't be really, like, on a diagonal, that's just not going to work. You see what I'm talking about over here? So the thing is, I don't really want to fire up without the radio gear. It might take me a while without, like, proper throttle trim. And these carbs they're very small, so the gap is small. I don't really want to fire it up without that. Yeah, it's gonna be. I really need like a proper battery for this. Tarek, thank you, bro. I'm gonna get ready in a little bit. Okay, I mean I shoved it in there. Appreciate that from Tarek. Long-time channel supporter. I mean, I don't really have to stuff it in there. It'll be okay. Like, it doesn't matter. But I don't want this thing to get caught in anything. What do you guys think? Should I try to put the battery cover on? Yeah, so the thing is, the LiPo is already halfway drained. It's not... The thing is, the receiver is not going to send all the voltage to the servos. That's like old AM radio gear info. Trust me, the servos are normal. They're not hot. They're not crazy. Can't shove this thing in there. This is not going to happen, I think. Let me just see. Thing is, I just want the wires a little bit out of the way, at least. Yeah, this is going nowhere fast. There's just not enough space in there to get it done. I mean, just for this test, I mean, I'm close. It's not impossible, I think. It's pretty impossible. Let's just keep it this way for now. I'm not going to shove it in there anymore. I just want it a little bit out of the way. The thing is, as I'm starting it, I don't want any of these wires getting caught in the gears. What do you guys think? Are we going to get a fire in the hole tonight? Or what? By the way, I'm wearing shorts right now, so I got to go change. You guys want to see a fire up, huh? I'm going to leave it like this for now. Obviously, I'll have to get a proper battery pack and a power switch. Okay, Northeast Mods has one of these. Man, it's a great engine, huh? This one has incredible compression. It's honestly super high compression on this. Yeah, I didn't push that battery pack cover down. It's still kind of up. I'm not going to shove it in there. It should be fine. All right, guys, let me get ready. Melissa, do you think you can bring me something just before I go downstairs? I need the starter box. I want to prime it up here. Starter box, the fuel, it's in the kitchen. Because I have light here. Give me a second, guys. Melissa's going to go hopefully get it, I think. And meanwhile, I'll change, okay? And for now, Melissa, I need starter box.
Which one?
Fuel, the red one. The red starter box, fuel, and the torch. Bring it all, please. Bring it all. I'm going to go change, bros. Okay, hold on a second. It's cold outside. I got shorts on. I would prove it to you, but you understand, that's a little crossing the line of the relationship over there, okay? Unless you really want proof, then I can manage it. All right, well, the pants are on now, so don't ask. Okay. I'm going to wait for Melissa to bring the stuff. I'm going to try to prime it here. I'm not totally convinced if I'll be able to do it outside. It's dark. Look at that. Servos still work. Thanks, boo. I appreciate you. That's what people like to say now these days. I appreciate you. It's like a statement made in a vortex. I need fuel, yeah. I find people just saying, I appreciate you, and then that's it. Like, there's no other comments there. I mean, it's all right. You could say that. It's no big deal. You know, Nitro Racing Power, what's up, bro? So, let me get ready. All right. Got close to 100 viewers. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Richard Hughes, yeah, you gotta say the chew. You know, we want to see the chew. Kidding around, I'm kidding around. You guys could say what you want. You know, I'm not telling you what to and how to comment. All right, so it spins left. Reason I'm starting to do this here is because I need to figure out what position it goes on. I normally, obviously, the last time I started this was like maybe 2 years ago. So once I figure out what position we need, I'll be able to determine. So this flywheel, the box spins left. That means when it goes forward, no, this is forward. I need it to spin right. Okay, that means I need to position it facing forward. We'll get it. Don't worry. It's geometry involved. The geometry, guys. Okay, geometry. Yes, it's a real small fuel tank. In case you're wondering, it's tiny. I'm gonna heat it up a little bit because, in fact, it has a crazy amount of pinch. I cannot even spin this over myself. Yeah, these are proper Truggies, though. We got center diffs, we got normal front and rear gear diffs, adjustable brake bias, like awesome suspension. The reason these were popular to a degree is because they were cheap to run. Think about it. If you're out there running an 8 scale, those things are sickening gas guzzlers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, at one time, fuel was cheap. Let me let it sit a little bit. Like, at one time, nitro fuel was cheap. Well, I don't mean to say cheap as in like extra cheap, but it wasn't anywhere where it is now. I'm just heating it in stages, about like 3 short bursts. I do have a new heat gun, courtesy of Tarek. I appreciate that. I'm going to start using that soon. But for now, I just want to kind of waste the butane in this torch for a little bit. Nitro Racing, this is a 12th scale Truggy. 12th. Let me just check the block. It's still basically room temperature. I do like small little spurts of heating it. That way you can't overheat any one part. By the way, these are turbo engines, turbo plugs. Depending how you look at it, good and bad. Yeah, but with a .12 engine, obviously they're way more economical, right? And generally, a lot of these like buggy tracks, you're not going crazy fast anyway. I remember when I first got into the hobby, it was like $23 a gallon for good quality fuel. All right, so what did I say? It has to be... Oh, man, it's still cold. By the way, I'm heating it far away from the spring because it will stretch the spring out if you get close to the spring. All right, let me see where we are on the idle. We have clear fuel line. I think the engine is at idle, I think. So the wheel spins left, which is counterclockwise. And if the car rolls forward, I need the clutch belt to spin to the right. Okay, I need the clutch belt to spin to the right. That means if I go this way, it will spin this way, right? If I put this on, if this is spinning left, then this part is going to spin right. It's basically inverse relationship. Yep, that's right. Turan. Sorry if I mispronounce some of your names, guys, but trust me, I don't mean to do it. All right, so let me see. I'm basically just seeing if we get some fuel in there, if I could line it up correctly for now. That's actually the most annoying part, is lining them up. What I'm trying to do is get this flywheel positioned correctly over here to prime it for now. If I'm able to prime it, then I think we'll go outside. All right, it should be on it. I'm gonna hold it. Let's observe the fuel in the fuel line. Oh, it's toasty. It's one of those cases where you wish you didn't heat it too much, right? So let's observe. Oh, crazy compression. Oh, compression is insane. I have to undo the plug a little bit. I can't even spin it over. Okay, I undid the plug a little bit. Compression is high end. Oh, flywheel stuck. This is one of those powerful top pinch level engines. It's stuck now. Try again. Okay, I got it. Okay, now I got it. Okay, I turned it over a little bit. Let's go again. I'm gonna plug it. Nah, hella tight, man. Can't keep doing this. It's gonna burn the wheel out. See what I'm talking about? This is the Picco life. It fights you. This is why I went out to do this. I mean, here. Okay, let's try again. Oh yeah, I saw fuel. There's definitely fuel in there now. I had to undo it like a whole turn and a half. What do you think, guys? You think we're gonna have a fire in the hole? That's assuming I can line it up correctly. Sick. It's probably gonna cool down by the time I go outside. Yeah, this engine is hella tight. I'm just gonna keep this there for now. What do you guys think? We're gonna get a fire in the hole or what today? It's windy outside, so... Right. I'm gonna do my best, but this ain't no RTR engine. This is a proper high compression engine. What you really have to be careful is killing the motor in these old starter boxes, because new starter boxes are even worse than this. Let's... Windy outside. You hear that? My blinds are moving. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. Let's roll. Let me get set up. Bro, I don't know how I'm gonna carry all this. I'm gonna need Melissa's help. She's on the phone with like a family member. Melissa, can you help me out a little? Please? Bro, super windy, Mark. I need you to help me carry things downstairs, please. Thanks, I appreciate you. You see that? I'm using my phrase that I don't even like. I appreciate you. You see that? I'm learning. Sick. Before this thing cools down, Melissa, I'm gonna have to heat it up again. Okay, what I want you to do, Boo, please, is take this and bring it like to the kitchen.
Where it was before?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with you all right? I'm gonna grab my OFNA. Like that. I'm gonna hug it. Like that. And we're gonna go together. See that? You ever hug your OFNAs? I do. Alright, let's roll. Sick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. They didn't want that hug. Oh! Almost tripped going down the stairs. Sick. Alright guys, let me get set up. I gotta get a jacket, okay? Alright, Melissa, move out of the way, please. Just for a second over there. Let me switch the camera view.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta put this down. Make sure I didn't forget which way it has to go. Let me grab a jacket. It's just sickening what's going on. Alright, can you help me open the door? Where's the stuff? Alright guys, we ready for this? Got it all in my hands. By the way, this is the Kyosha from yesterday. Say hello. Alright, Tarek. It's about to hopefully be sickening. If I could start this, that is.
Ready?
Hold on, I got my George Foreman grill in the way. That's where I'm gonna make my paninis. Where you think the paninis get made? George Foreman. Okay. I'm gonna go out and the camera will get better as soon as I'm out there. Give me a second. Well, the important thing is it definitely primed. Oh, you're looking at my chest hair. Sickening. It's okay, I'm not embarrassed. All right, we're outside. What's up, Nitro? Pimp man. About to fire up this OFNA, okay? It's windy though, so hopefully the wind isn't too bad. Brilliant.
I'm not going upstairs. Yeah.
Hold on a second. It's real windy out here, guys. Let me know if the quality is bad.
It's very windy out there.
OFNA CRT.5 Jammin. Picco fire in the hole. I said it all. Can't say anymore. Damn, I can't see nothing. Let me just heat it up a little more, I think. Gotta heat it up a little more. Can I get a hell yeah? It's obviously cold now. It took so long. Gotta heat this up a lot more than I did last time because I could barely spin the engine over before, as you all remember. The wind might be hardcore. Let me know if it is. I mean, not much I could do about the wind. It's global conditions. All right, man. I don't know where we are in the idle, but I'm gonna give it a hell yeah. All right. I'll adjust the idle if we need to after. Turn the damn starter box off. Sick. We got a fire in the hole. Okay, we need to adjust the idle. That was pleasant. I'm gonna keep going. All right, gotta lower the idle. All right, we'll check how it is. Good news is, fired up. Bad news is, idle control. All right, I'm gonna flip this around so we all see what's going down. All right, so it's getting fuel. Let's keep going. Better, huh? Gotta let her run a little. Gotta raise the idle now. Okay. The runner. that's enough. All right. Engine's not even really hot. It's like freaking cold. I could lick it, but I'm not gonna lick it today. What you guys think about that? Fire in the hole, no problem, huh? It's windy though, huh? I'm gonna do one more. Let's see how it is. We got a runner. That was a little tough though. Gotta tune it. Better. Now that's an idol, huh? What's up, Nitro Dixon, bro? It's the Picco running. Picco. Can't kill the idol. The carb is great. Gotta get a little more fuel through there. But we got a runner, guys. In fact, the compression is so strong I can't even spin it over. What do you all think about that? I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy. You see that? A proper starter box with a proper design Truggy fires up beautiful. Let's go back in the house, examine it. Success, huh? Sick. What do you guys think about that? Fired up, no problem. You thought hybrid here was gonna have a problem, huh? Nah. Guys, they're having a party outside over there. I wasn't invited. They have a fire going in another yard. It's okay. We're having a Nitro party, are we not? We are. I'd rather go to a Nitro party though. They're probably drinking out there. I don't need to drink. Just need Nitro, that's it. All right, guys, let's go back. We're gonna examine it, do a little bit of investigation. I would say that was fairly successful. Oh, what's that over there? Got Nitro Sandy, he's just waking up. He likes to lay out here by the window. Sandy, did you hear it? We got a runner. OFNA guy, did you see the OFNA Picco? We did that for you, bro. Ben, how you doing? We got a sleeping cat over here. Sandy, you're always sleeping when the Nitro gang is showing up. You're gonna think you sleep all day. They would not be wrong. He likes to lay on the couch. I have to put like this old jacket here so he doesn't ruin it. Trust me, it ain't dirty or nothing. This is like cat protection system. You know what I mean? This is cat protection system, guys. Sickening. Hold on a second. Is there a Nitro on the left side? I'm not gonna show you the full thing, but whoa, what is that? Sandy, are you protecting the Nitro on the side over there in a box? You're protecting it. I know you are. I know you are. All right, let's go back. We'll talk OFNA Jammin. I'm gonna have to watch Cool Runnings, that movie. They really jam out in that movie, you know what I mean? Some Jamaican music, some Bob Marley. It's all about the Marley gang. Although, honestly, his message, I don't really understand it. I don't think anybody does, really. They just like to smoke pot, really. Okay. The Jammin was a significant, successful runner. All right, so what needs to be done? Obviously, this battery pack is a no-go. I'm gonna have to order those smaller batteries for it. This is just for testing. CRL12, how you doing, bro? That's true. 10 years ago, OFNA was really killing it out there. All right, so electronics work. I'm gonna use this receiver and something else for now. I'm gonna have to order a battery pack for this and really hit the track with it. By the way, this isn't the first one I've had on the channel. If you guys know, there was actually another one, but this one is mine. The other one was not mine. Look at that Picco 12.7 port, hard anodized, minimal scratching on the cooling head with a expensive turbo plug. Thank God the plug isn't bad. This is a special OFNA guy special right there. The Picco gang, of course. You know, there's a debate going around. Is it Picco or is it Picco? Kidding, guys. There's literally no debate. That's a joke. There's no debate on that, okay? Don't debate it. So what do you think, huh? You all gonna go search eBay? Go ahead, because I'm also watching all of those auctions too. And I'll fight people for it. I mean metaphorically, not of course in real life, you know? All right. Let's take a look at this side. I'm just checking for any kind of leaks anywhere. It's always a good idea when you fire something up freshly to check for leaks. All right, I don't see any leaks around the head. I don't see any leaks around the exhaust. I don't see any leaks around the pipe. All right, Barn Cat, how you doing? If you missed this, well, by we, I mean me. I fired this 2007 OFNA Jammin CRT.5 up. It's a runner. It's not the best looking body. You know, the body's probably one of the worst. But I'll be honest with you, I've seen way, way, way worse. This is probably 50% not garbage. You know what I mean? Yeah, 50% not garbage. I've seen way worse. Sometimes you won't even have a body. This is a solid engine. Solid. You saw that when I got it on the starter box? Perfect start on the flywheel. Perfect start. Still got like a good amount of fuel left. And this is like the world's smallest fuel tank. What do you guys think? Could I get a hell yeah? Yeah, Matt Stevens, this is for sure a Democrat body because just like their policy, it has a lot of holes in it. Get it? That's not a joke you're going to really hear anywhere else, to be honest with you. And that is what makes my channel what it is. I don't only know about RCs. I know about things outside of RC as well. Just Joe with a sickening hell yeah. I appreciate that. It's Rickety Rack. Baboom TSS. Don't know what that is, but I'm sure it was funny when you wrote it. All right. Anyway, let me see what else I got. Going down. Addicted to RC. How you doing? Only RC Nitros goes. How much did I pay for this? To be honest with you, man, I don't remember. I bought this like a couple of years ago. I probably paid the low 200s. I don't think I would go over 200, but you know, back then these weren't as valuable as they are now. So who knows, you know? Maybe it was one of those 3 a.m. auctions that made me late for work the next day. You know, you stay up hoping nobody else bids. That's the eBay gangster lifestyle, of course. Let me see what you guys just said. iFly wants to know, what is a turbo plug like? So basically from the top, Matt Steven, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I love you as a viewer as well. The turbo plug from the top doesn't look anything unique, but the main difference is in a turbo plug, you do not have a washer. There's no brass gasket or washer, depending how some people call it. It also is more of a conical cone shape towards the end, and it protrudes more into the combustion chamber. The thing is, the combustion chamber is designed for well, I should say the head button. The head button is designed to either run a turbo plug or a standard plug or a long plug. There's viewers here that can confirm it. So if you try to use a different plug, you know, obviously you won't fit. The threads on a turbo plug are also different. Anyway, I'm wondering if you guys want to do a little bit of web searching on some old forums, or if you want me to pull out an old RC magazine. And yes, I left the starter box outside, so I gotta go fetch it later. Been watching some European channels. They say things like, I gotta go fetch that. Fetch it. Thank you, man, John Hensley. I appreciate you being here, man. All right, Texas Hill goes mag time. I don't know, bro. I kind of wanted to read some old forums. I don't know, man. But okay, I'm gonna make something happen for not a long time, but a fun time. I do want to say, there was a post today in the group, the Nitro Gang Facebook group, about Dynamite Big Red engines. And yes, obviously they're discontinued. And I was looking at a main, and I'm just gonna show one of the engines, and then we'll pull out a magazine. Let me go get a magazine first. Hold on a second. I gotta go to a different room. No, it's small. RC small. RC small. How many viewers we still have there? Tell them I'm looking. Tell them I'm looking.
He's looking for it.
No, tell them in the chat. What they say. All right, guys, I'm ready. All right. I was looking for the ultimate of the top dog magazines, and I pulled up two. Pizza Nitro, welcome, man. Happy to see you here. CRL, do I want to sell this? Not really, man. You know, I don't really make money off this hobby to say to that level. I like to keep my nitros with me when I sleep. But of course, if the offer is something that I can deny, just like an offer that was made to a certain actor in a certain movie, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't deny. I will not deny the offer. All right, Corey, man, how you doing? Yes, I just fired up this OFNA CRT Jammin 0.5. It's the 12th scale model. If you want to go take a look at it, more than welcome to. It ran okay. It has a couple issues that I'll get sorted soon. But for now, the viewers wanted to take a look at some magazines. All right, OFNA CRT Jammin 0.5 time with the Picco 7 port is over for now. Max settings, what's up, man? Happy to see you. Yeah, these are pretty good. I mean, the whole logic with these were they were much cheaper to race. And you still had the feature set of a regular Truggy. You still had a center diff. You still had adjustable front and rear brake bias. You had a proper, starter box engine. That was essentially the goal of one of these. And I think it's a damn shame that these are not in production anymore. That's right. We got many ports, 7 ports. So in reality, it's basically 5 ports and like 2 transfer ports. But, I'm not really a port scientist over here. I don't work on a port side of a ship or nothing. Let's get down to mags. So I've pulled out a couple mags. By a couple, I mean exactly 2. Appreciate you guys being here tonight with me. It looks like this one has like a cover on it or something. I don't know. So first one we got, trying to minimize the glare. I have 2. One appears to be a French magazine because I just looked at it and it's written in French. So this is not American. 2004, I've never seen this one before. Damn, am I wrong? It may not be French. So yeah, they're advertising the HPI Russian kilometers. But like the ad is basically all in English. Le Rivo Rouge. Le Rouge Evo. Let me see. I think this is French. Le Rouge Evo est un modèle à la Archele. Two roues motrices. That appears to be French. Can't read it. I mean, I could look at it. Oh, man. Bro, bring this magazine to America, please. They had great pictures in there. I'm just going to do a quick flip through it just for viewership. Oh, my God. We got a Nitro. Oh, my God. That's a Super Nitro RS4. Oh, yeah. We got a fella by the name of Jean-Pascal Nicolari. Similar name to the engine brand Colari, which I do have one from Big Boys Toys. I got to get a bearing for it, and it'll be solid. But let's see what they're doing over here. They're doing what it looks like a fast Super Nitro. Look at that access to the starter box for the flywheel. That is insane. I think these are one of those Nova Mega engines. Oh, this is the HBI Challenge. Yeah, this was a big deal back then, actually. Hold on. This is like the engine that I have, actually, in my RS4. Yeah, this was a runner for sure right here. We got 2-speed. But it looks like they're using the factory rubber tires, which I don't know why they would do that. We got a Losi on top. Yeah, this is in pounds. Don't know much about pounds. This is Thunder Tiger with the world's tallest suspension, which is essentially a buggy. All right, guys, I'm going to ask you all, do we want English or do we want French? Because if it's French, it's going to be a situation. All right, before I show you this, I do want to point out a real good deal for an engine on A-Main right now. As I was talking earlier, there is, since Max Settings has a good question, how much would I pay for a Sen Genesis 46 limited edition? To be honest with you, man, those cars are not cheap. I mean, those are like $400 to $500 cars, the Sen Genesis. I mean, the one I got, I paid like in the low 300s for, when it was, mine's ancient. So those are like $400+ cars. Plus the shipping is going to be sky high. Depending on what model it is. But I want to show you guys, if you're looking for a modern engine to get for your big blocks, I just looked it up before. This first link, SH28, in stock. Pretty much any buggy, any Truggy. You could even stick it in your toothbrush to brush your teeth even faster. $127 SH. This is literally the last of the cheap big block attainable engines you could get. In fact, I know the post on Facebook was discussing what's up with Dynamite. Are they discontinued? The answer is yes. Dynamite said, see ya, we're out. Like, well, that's it. It's over. 3.6 horsepower claim. Right? That's actually more than the Big Red was. Big Red was 3.4. So if you want to pick this up, I'd highly recommend it. 127 bucks. It's literally the last of the big block engines for cheap. There's also a spring sale. You could look that up yourself if you want. Let's get down to the magazines. All right, so I think we're going to go with the American version. I'll probably read this one overnight by myself, you know. They do say this is the language of love. And I do love Melissa. So, there you go. Yeah, so there are many generations of these Sen Genesis. I have the very first one. It was called, that's the 46, Genesis 46. Then they went to like the CST 7.7. Then there was like the last gen was the Colossus. They basically all had the same engine to a degree. Just different body, slightly different suspension revisions. Mine does have the Dimension X 10 coilover shock system. I don't know if the newer generations do or not. All right. So this is what we got for now. I'm going to do a quick little look. I'm getting hungry here, so I can't stay too long, guys. So if you appreciate this kind of content, let a brother know. OFNA Ultra GTP Street Machine. It's a legend. It's a legend. This is when RC mags were actually fun, not like the modern ones that are just complete and utter advertising trash for things that are not even RC related. All right, let me do this a little quick. We're doing this for Texas Hill. Thank you, Northeast, man. I'm not going to talk about everything. Got to go to a birthday party tomorrow. Can't be up too late. Ray Coral, Nitro World Order. You know how it is. Electric Tamiya's. Pretty collectible. Oh, man. Big Boy's Toys having a nice little Oreo ice cream. Enjoy, man. I'm probably going to have some broccoli later and... Well, not egg whites. Can't afford egg whites. Broccoli. What else we got? I don't know. Something good. All right. OFNA MBX R2. $259 street price. Bro, that's not bad. But is this the RTR model? I don't know if this is RTR or not. Nah, this can't be an RTR. They would say it includes an engine. What's this black mass over here on this tire? This appears to be a typographical error. These generation buggies are pretty dope, actually. JR R1 radio. The Nintendo of radios. Novak. Brushless motors. These were proper motors. Mugen MBX buggies. Highly collectible. We're waiting to get to the reviews. Duratrax Piranha Chargers. I had one of them. They're pretty dope. HBI Pro 3. Who here had one of these? Because I did. Let me tell you something. The chassis flexes more than the bully when you try to press them. Okay? Been watching Korean K-dramas. It's all about bullying, as you might expect. Honestly, stupid concepts. All right, we got MIP. Just some ads over here. Their boost bottle. Let's see what it says. E. For E, the boost bottle. Oh, we could actually find out what this boost bottle does. E, I'm going to read it for you. Boost bottle kit. Increase your engine's bottom end acceleration with a more consistent power band. So there is some, yeah, I would say, myth as to if this stuff is legit or not, these boost bottles. I do have an RS4 with a MIP boost bottle installed, and I will tell you, I am convinced it runs pretty good. I would say better than the same engine without a boost bottle, because I've had so many RS4s over the years, I would know how they would run, and it might be subjective, but I would say it does appear to actually have better low end with the boost bottle. Believe it or not. Flip the page when I see something I want to talk about. I'll go back to it. We got some Picco rear exhaust engines. Notice that crankshaft. That's a standard shaft. Not really used these days anymore. I think this is what's one of those Picco 12. No, that's just a regular Picco. All right, we're going to continue. It's nothing that exciting. Yeah, this is a proper mag right here. They got it all. More power and Mercedes style from HPI. Yeah, this is the Novorossi produced K12 engine. The funny thing is, there's also the C12 engine, which I have. They were literally the same engine, just obviously this one has a better looking cooling head. Tamiya. We said 2 pages of on an electric. We got some OFNAs over here. I'm going to go to the reviews. I'm not going to talk too much about this stuff because I got to roll out. There's a Dynamite big block. Is this a big block? No, this is just a Dynamite aluminum out T-Max. Pretty much waste of money. The Traxxas Fortec with the Factory Pro 15. I mean, Traxxas graphical art designers probably make good money. Okay? I'm not good at graphical art design. I'm good at making Nitro great again. So yeah, 2-speed trans, obviously we all know that. I will say their tires do in fact kind of suck. We could talk about it, but like they literally have no grip at all. Body looks beautiful. One of my favorite. Yep, Lotus RC got that one, but with a better engine, of course. I'm going to continue a little bit. Not going to talk too much about everything here. Starter boxes. Factory Team TC3. Now they're up to the TC8. But no Nitro. So that is a disappointment. Oh, wow, you pulled the magazine out. You lose a ton of viewers. Don't matter. I don't do it for that. You know, there's channels out there that sit and talk about how many viewers they have. We don't care. Pretty good ad for Red Alert Fuel. We got some OFNAs over here. Now here is the car on the cover. The OFNA Ultra GTP. So basically they say 8-scale buggy tech hits the streets. Yeah, it's essentially a buggy with an on-road type of suspension setup. Pretty dope. What's good about that is you have, you know, parts compatibility. Let's see what the price was. So it says $399. Man, today these things sell for that much. But I think these first generation ones were single speed. And then later on, when they went to the Ultra GTP2, they were 2-speed models. Yeah. It's basically a converted buggy. So we'll take a look at it from the top. This magazine is already ripping. It's essentially a regular OFNA buggy. This does appear to be a single speed model. I could see it's just a single spur over there. The later generations with the 2 speeds, those are the ones to get, in my opinion. Of course, they're all cool, but I don't know, in terms of gearing, this is probably going to be faster than the buggy, I'm assuming. Pretty dope, though. Yeah, we have a single speed on this model. Oh, it says the Ultra GTP. Wow, this I didn't know, actually. The Ultra GTP does not have a center diff. Instead, a machined aluminum mount holder holds the steel spur gear. All right, so there's no center diff. That's a pleasure. You got some Thunder Tiger engines. Oh, yeah. This is, I would say, the Halo car for HPI for this time period. The Super Nitro RS4 Rally. Not only is it beautiful looking, in fact, it's making me like Subaru as a car brand, which I never thought I would say. Because, in fact, the interior of this exact Subaru is very close to a John Deere tractor. But this is a good looking car. Essentially what they did is they took a HPI Nitro MT chassis. Yeah, they're expensive. Just Joe has one. These are pretty expensive. Yeah, we did a video on it. I gotta find that video, bro. I don't know where it is. I'm rotating like 4 computers, you know. Essentially, they took a Nitro MT chassis. They shortened the suspension a little bit, the suspension arms. Gave it rally wheels and gave it a good looking body. Called it a rally. Works for me. Man, HPI could make a bagel into a pizza and I'll eat it. Tamiya, this is electric, waste of space. I'm going to get to one more review and we're going to call it a day, okay, guys? Sen. Team Losi Triple X, don't care, it's electric. We got color tires. Kyosho. Not gonna talk about this one. Actually, no, hold on. No, this is the V1S. I don't have that one. Tamiya Mammoth. What is that? I've never seen this. Well, looks like something toy grade. Oh no, this is a dump truck, but it appears to be. I mean, that's not a lunchbox chassis at all. I mean, this seems like a complicated dump truck system. There's a lot of gears in there. Dumps like a truck. That's some logic right there. Tamiya really know their advertising. All right, my dudes, I think that's going to call it a day for now. I want to say thank you all for checking out this relatively rare Picco powered OFNA Jammin CRT.5. Nothing else out there like it. Unfortunately, we need to make these models great again. The reason is Nitro prices are going up. We need to have more runtime with something that has an efficient .12 high RPM engine. JP, bro, how you doing, man? Yeah, I'm about to roll out myself right now. I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you, guys. I'm going to be here for one more minute because I like to get prepared for when I leave. Brian goes, one of my favorite Truggies. I agree, man. It's inexpensive to run, easier to start. You know, it's sickening, really. I'm gonna say that. Ray Coral, yeah, bro, go ahead. Send me an email. I'll take a look at it. I'll respond to you probably by tomorrow, okay? I promise, man. I promise. So we're gonna diagnose your Blizzard. Your Blizzard's gonna be hitting the 2-speed. You're gonna be out there yelling 2-speed, baby. But don't worry. Even when it hits the 2, it's pretty slow. You'll be able to chase it. Okay, trust me, I know how I did it. I chased it too. All right, OFNA guy, everybody, you guys have a good night. Stay positive, stay real. If you hear lies going down about anyone, anything, don't forget it's your duty to not propagate those lies. Because if you do, you're just as guilty as the liars out there. And never forget, keep making Nitro great again. Monty Kriska, you have a good night, bro. Take care, everybody.